And welcome into the Weber State Coaches Show here at Young Subaru, part of the Young Automotive Group. We're down here on Riverdale Road at the brand new facility, grand opening for this facility. We've got Tim Crompton, our athletic director for Weber State. Feels like we're at the Starship Enterprise, Tim.
It's an impressive building, no question about it. And certainly feel pretty blessed that they allowed us the opportunity to have our show down here. And thank you for being here.
Hey, I wouldn't miss it. Come down here and see this store. They've got a cafe here. Big screen TV. I bet you get yourself a nice drink down there and, come in and sit and wait for your car to get repaired. It's not like the old days, right?
No, there's plenty of caffeine downstairs, and I can't say enough about the support that the Young Auto Group gives us, the Young family and Kelly Moss and everyone else in their executive team, and for the support they give our coaches with just not just the Jeeps they drive, but their willingness to help us, whether it's any type of event that we have. So we couldn't be more excited to be here. So
it's vital. You got to have sponsorship like this.
No question.
No, it's what keeps the engine going for Weber State athletics. Let's talk a little bit about, we've talked about Young Automotive, and we'll talk a little bit more, but you got a major contribution from Paul Wheelwright Lumber, and we want to thank Paul and his family for that.
Yeah, no question. I think that I was on the phone with Paul yesterday, and him and his family, they're exceptional people, and they've been longtime supporters of the athletic department, generational supporters, and his donation, and it comes.
His dad before him.
Yeah, no question, and his support and his current donation or his gift, his pledge to our department couldn't come at a better time, and so we couldn't be more excited about that, and we have a number of individuals in the community that are just quality humans, and Paul's certainly one of them. So, thank you, Wheelwright family.
We do want to thank Paul and the Wheelwright family for that. As we get further and further along in this new world of college athletics, is it becoming a little bit easier for you as an athletic director and Weber State as a school and a program to navigate these waters of the NIL and so on and so forth?
Well, I think there's just so many opportunities out there. I think that there's a lot of unknowns. There has been a lot of unknowns for the past, seems like since COVID, if you will, and then the house settlement and NIL and the portal. There's so many unknowns, and still the settlement the house settlement hasn't been settled, so there's that. But it just depends on how you look at it. It could be that you look at it from the side of the coin where there's so many obstacles, or you could look at it from the side of the coin that there's many opportunities to find a new way, to do more, to figure out a better way to do things in the current environment. And fortunately, we have so many outstanding individuals at Weber State that have a positive attitude and an optimistic outlook and a ton of knowledge, and that's very helpful in the current climate. Not unlike the two that you're going to talk to today. I mean, as they have left their mark on our institution, our community, our student athletes, and been here for a long time. And certainly I've known them personally, and they've helped me personally, so they'll be missed. But we have other individuals here that will just have to pick up where they left off.
No question about that. And it's those, I think, in this current climate who embrace what is going on who will be successful. I was at lunch with Paul Grua, our great sports information director. And
the great
Paul Grua. And we were talking about John Calipari was the first coach to really, years ago, embrace the one-and-done concept. And then everybody else kind of got on board. I think it's kind of that way. You have to be adaptable. You have to be flexible and have that open mind and see the opportunities. There's players, they're coming, they're going, but that means you're going to be getting some good individuals coming into a program too, right?
Absolutely. I think that being able to pivot is important regardless of the situation or the environment or the industry that you're in. No question about that. I think being clever and well thought out is important. We know a number of institutions, or I should say a number of pro teams that are living in the luxury tax yet they don't find success. They just move the decimal point. It's important for us to be able to stay within the mission of the institution and to know who we are and why we're doing it. At the same time, press the boundaries, know what we have to do to compete to be successful. lots of things. We just try to do the best. We just try to do the right thing the best way we know how. And does that mean that we're always going to be perfect at it? No. But it does mean I believe in the end it works out.
And I don't think anybody out there in college athletics these days has the Bible, the blueprint, the template that shows them exactly how you operate now.
No. So it's exciting time, no question about it. So, and we'll be missing these two guys. I can't wait to hear what they have to say with your
Paul
interview.
Pilkington and Joel Bass.
Yeah, legends of Weber State athletics.
Yes. One in his own mind, but
well, both really. Yeah, but that's fine.
All right, if people want to get involved, how do they do it? Just give you a call if they want to help out and be a sponsor.
Anytime. We're easy to get a hold of.
All right. Just call Tim Crompton, Weber State University, and help out the Wildcats. We'll be back with more of the Wildcat Coaches Show from Young Automotive, Young Subaru down here on Riverdale Road. Come down and check out this brand new facility.
When I was 14, my dad worked for the Young Automotive Group, and on Saturdays, I started washing cars. And even at a young age, I knew that I had a potential career. I love the environment, I love the people, the relationships, they go beyond just work hours. The people I work with they become family. As my children have started to work for the company, it's fun to watch these relationships that have been forged over years, how it helps catapult them as well.
And welcome back to Young Automotive, the new Young Subaru store down on Riverdale Road in Ogden, Utah. Come on down and check this place out. It is amazing. It is beautiful. Well, it's hard to imagine Weber State Athletics without Joel Bass. But we're going to have to start imagining that because you're a short-timer. You just got a couple, and we're doing this in May, so I don't know when you'll be watching this, but this guy may already be gone by then. But 35 years. I haven't known Weber State Athletics without Joel Bass. What am I going to do?
It's hard to imagine Joel Bass without Weber State, tell you the truth. I feel like I've grown up at Weber State. When I came, I was 30 years old. And I just feel like my family grew up, I grew up at Weber State. And it's just going to be hard to leave the Weber State family. And we won't totally leave.
No, you won't.
But we're definitely going across the country.
Yes, you are. Joel Bass, our trainer for 35 years here at Weber State, primarily football, basketball, but a lot of other sports too. And been doing this. How many ankles have you wrapped?
Oh, man, it's got to be.
Are we talking hundreds of thousands? Are we talking millions?
No question. It'd be scary to hear that number, to tell you the truth.
Who had the best ankles you've ever seen?
How many miles of tape have I gone through?
You do it in your sleep, don't you?
Yeah, as an athletic trainer, the only real thing that we're seeing being done is taping. But, gosh, the profession is so much more involved, so many amazing things that we can do in athletics, but taping is what's seen the most, and
that's just the tip of the iceberg.
It's the tip of the iceberg. Yeah, it's just something that we do to prevent injuries. But boy, just tip of the iceberg.
Did you really make your money in what happened when the player got injured? Is that where really the biggest test, the biggest challenge for you as a trainer?
I think that probably the most value that an athletic trainer brings is, one, being able to make good decisions in very difficult times. I mean, it's not very often that you're under pressure making critical decisions in front of 20,000 people, 50,000, 70,000 people, and just trying to go through the right process and possibly save someone's life or keep them from being critically injured for the rest of their life. And then the other critical role that we play is, it's a negotiation of injury versus sport with risk. How much risk do you want to take? How do we negotiate and manage this injury?
Can this player go back out there and play more, or do we say, no, you're done for the day? Maybe done for 3 months.
That's where the rubber hits the pavement right there, is being in the middle of that and being a team with your physician and making the best decisions that you can make in a very short, high-pressure situation.
Emotional.
Immediately. When sometimes decisions made, we lose games.
Mm-hmm.
But I try to gauge when I'm trying to make the best decisions that I can. I try to envision that athlete as being one of my children, and what would be the very best thing if that was my kid.
Long term.
Yeah, and then I also try to envision in my head that if I'm the one injured, is it me that I would want to take care of me? And I would always want to be in that position that if I was the one that was hurt, I would want me taking care of me.
Because you're going to be looking out for the best interests.
That's right. And if it's if I can't answer that question as yes, I would want it to be me, then I've got some learning to do or some soul searching to do on what's allowing me to make the best decisions for the kids. It is just such a great career.
Were the athletes, when you came in, we're chatting with Joel Bass, who's been the trainer for the Weber State Wildcats for 35 years now and is going to retire and go off to Oklahoma. And the generation you came in with, are athletes tougher back then, or are they just as tough today in dealing with injuries?
They're very similar. There hasn't been a real big difference. I think some of the mentality of just being tough, and I think when I was a kid, I came close to dying a couple of times. My dad said to just shake it off, and that's kind of the culture that was in the early '90s. Is
right.
That you just played hurt. I mean, everyone was a little bit hurt. They're still kind of the same today. I think they're a little more educated today.
I was going to say they're more informed,
I think,
aren't they?
Yeah, the athletes are a little more informed, especially when it comes to head injuries, neck injuries, those that are serious to consider. We just have more education, and so they're a little more apprehensive. But they're just as tough today as they were then. And I think the athletes back in the early '90s were very close to the same level of athletes that we see today. I kind of had an impression that each year the athleticism would get better over time. But I think back to the athletes we had in the early '90s, they were athletes now.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
We had great players back then. Football, basketball, track and field, cross country, you name it. We've had them.
Yeah, I was sitting next to one today, Lindsey Anderson.
Yes.
Just unbelievable, just tough, very good person. I remember, I think she was a freshman, standing up and speaking to the team at the Big Sky track meet. I think it was at Eastern Washington. We were staying in Spokane. And just the presence that she had and the things to say was just so impressive. It's been a real blessing to be around that quality of people. But yeah, great athletes back then.
Remind me, I can't remember the name of our runner who fell down. Was it separated her shoulder during the race?
Yeah,
I can't remember the name right now.
It was actually an elbow, and
was it an elbow?
And Paul Pilkington can definitely tell you who that was.
But I thought you got back up and finished the race.
Yeah.
Finished the race.
So she's running, kind of holding her. Amber Henry.
Yes.
You know, Amber Henry.
Does it get tougher than that?
No, Amber Henry was a definition of tough. A lot of times these distance runners, in my opinion, are competing with each other on who can deal with the most pain. And it's like, can you deal with more pain than I can? If you can, then you're going to beat me. If not, you're not going to beat me.
And it's self-inflicted pain.
Self-inflicted pain. Yeah. And so that the elbow kind of fell right into that category. She just grabbed your elbow, popped that thing back into place, and kept on going, running. And I think she did well. Did she win the race?
I can't remember. I think she might have. But just finishing the race, when I heard that story, I thought, we've seen a lot of tough athletes at Weber State, but that may be number one for me.
The definition of toughness definitely goes to Nick Chernos. That guy was black and blue every game.
Great running back.
He was just, I'm going to hit you, and if you can take me down, then so be it.
And didn't we run him about 35, 40 times a game? Seems like we
Nick
did.
Cherno's definition of tough. It's hard to find kids like that today, tell you the truth.
So tell me what you're most proud of in the 35 years. What did you accomplish at Weber State that is going to be a legacy that you're most proud of?
That's a big question. Just trying to maintain the integrity of our profession, and just being a good representative of the profession of athletic training. Not very many people understand this field of athletic training and the demands that it has. I figured up how many nights I've stayed in a hotel over the last 34 years, and that was about 8.5 years of nights that I've stayed in hotels. So it's demanding. Our families take a hit for the dedication that's required for this field, and just being a good representative of this profession I feel like I've done a good job doing that, and I would hope to think that I have. That's probably the best.
Nobody could have done it better. Nobody could have done it better.
I just love this field. The field of athletic training has allowed me to never feel like I've gone to work. I've had assistant athletic trainers that are going, wow, do we have to work on holidays? And I go, well, let me tell you, in the field of athletic training, every day's a holiday. And that's the way I've kind of felt. I've just been blessed to be at Weber State and to be able to be in the profession that I've been in.
Well, we've been blessed to have you and Beth, and we're going to miss you, but we know you're going to be out there. And we're going to have to schedule some games so we can come back to Tulsa.
Absolutely.
And go have some barbecue with the Basses.
I'll be in all purple.
All right. Get me a Goldie's hamburger and send it to me, will you?
That's a great place.
Oh, man, Goldie's, Tulsa.
All
Great
right.
job, my friend.
Thank you, Carl.
Enjoy the next phase of life.
All right. Thank you.
Joel Bass, 35 years, trainer with the Weber State Wildcats. Here on the Weber State Coaches Show at Young Subaru, part of the Young Automotive Group, down here on Riverdale Road. Grand opening for this wonderful, wonderful new dealership. Come on down and check it out. We'll be back with more right after this.
30 years at the Young Automotive Group has taught me that a job can be more than just a paycheck. As I've witnessed the expansion of the Young Automotive Group, I've also seen my children grow, and there's a sense of symbiotic pride in that growth. Working for a company that invests in my career and me as a father is everything I could ask for. I don't just work here, I belong here. And for that, I am endlessly grateful to be a lifelong member of the Young Automotive Group family.
Back at Young Subaru, Young Automotive, here on Riverdale Road in Ogden, the brand new dealership down here. We hope you'll come down, check this place out. Just opened up, and it is amazing. It has a cafe downstairs. It has all sorts of amenities. You can come in here, get your car fixed, get a brand new Subaru, check them out. So come on down and check out Young Subaru here on Riverdale Road, where we've got Paul Pilkington, longtime track coach for the Weber State Wildcats, joining us here. And Paul, this is part of the retirement show that we're doing today. We just talked with Joel. Now, 20 years. He only went 20 years. He went 35.
Well, actually, I was here more than 20.
Well, you were an athlete, too.
Well, I was an assistant for 4 years
Okay.
to Chick Hislop and Jim Blaisdell. And then I took the head cross-country job at University of Illinois, and I came back. So it's been 20 years since I came back. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll give you some extra
Yeah.
time. Does that count towards the pension?
Yes.
Yes. I hope so.
Yes.
I hope so. Well, first of all, congratulations on getting to this great point in your life.
Thank you.
25, 26 years, something like that.
Yes.
How's it changed?
It's changed. Some of the technology has really changed. Mm-hmm. Like the shoe technology has allowed the athletes to recover faster, and so we can do more volume and stay healthier. Mm-hmm. And it makes them faster on the track. The shoes are faster than they used to be.
That's true.
So that's one of the major changes is this technology in the shoe industry has changed it. And so the ability to work harder and more mileage has gone up from what it used to be.
And I imagine, the science that goes into almost any a sport like this, you can improve the performance, and athletes are more informed, coaches are more informed now, and that takes time. I would imagine seconds off of time.
Absolutely, and the science behind it to be able to do some of the treadmill testing and VO2 volume of oxygen you can bring in and that type of thing, blood lactate, all of that has changed. The knowledge about it has changed a lot in the last 25 years.
Let's talk about your course a little bit, how you've come along in this business. You came in, as you said, you were an assistant coach under Chick Hislop, which is, and for those of you who don't know Chick, don't recall Chick, go look him up. He was an amazing guy, one of the most recognized track and field athletes, not just in this part of the country, but throughout the world, really.
Correct, and he was the Olympic coach. He would do clinics all over the world. So he was known everywhere.
So was that intimidating, coming in and trying to fill those shoes?
No, because I ran for him.
You knew him.
I knew, yeah. and I was around his house when his kids were tiny, and but in terms of as far as legacy to fill, yes. Mm-hmm. He won 7 Big Sky track and field championships in a row at one point in time.
Right.
So, yeah.
And Jim was a great coach, too, Jim Blaisdell.
Yes. Yeah, and he was excellent. And Jim was my first college coach, actually. And
did Jim bring you here to Ogden?
No, I ran at College of Southern Idaho, and I came here on my own and to run for Chick and finished. I had 3 years here, and then Jim came during that time period. So, I've known both of them since 1976.
Tremendous coaches.
Yep.
And tremendous contributors to the Weber State Athletic Program. We're chatting with Paul Pilkington, the track and field coach and cross-country coach for the Weber State Wildcats, who's retiring after 20 years here at Weber State University. 4-time Big Sky Coach of the Year in cross-country. You've had, and you're obviously a great coach, but you as all coaches, great coaches, are quick to remind me, you got to have great athletes too.
Absolutely. And Utah is one of the best distance running states in the country.
Any particular reason for that?
I think the altitude.
Okay.
I think we have a lot of former athletes that are coaching on the high school level now. So they've come through good programs and they're developing. Alta High School has one of the best milers in the country right now. Well, their head coach is one of our former athletes, Rebecca Benyon, who was an All-American for us. And she has a master's degree in exercise phys. There's just a lot of good high school coaches that have come through, and we have some very good distance coaches in Utah. So I think that's part of it. Throws coaches, some good ones also. The sprint side, because of the climate, it's a little bit challenging to get world-class sprinters to come here. You know what our winters are like. They want the warm weather. They want the year-round warm temperatures.
A different temperament.
Yes.
For the sprinters as opposed to the long-distance runners.
Yeah, yep. So if you look at, we do have some sprinters, like our assistant coach, Tawny Moore was All-American in the hurdles from Fremont High School, was world-class hurdler, and she grew up here. So it can happen. It's just not as common as on the distance side.
Okay. We've had great athletes here. I want to talk about one. We talked about this with Joel Bass just a moment or two ago. Amber Henry.
Yes.
We were talking about the toughness of athletes, all athletes. But in my mind, of all the stories I've heard, and I've been with Weber since 1998, the story with Amber Henry tops them all. And when it comes down to toughness, why don't you tell the story?
Well, we had our conference championships in Bozeman, Montana, and she'd won the steeplechase. The next day was the 1,500. Sac State had a girl who was world-class 800-meter runner that they put in the 15. And then the last lap, they just went at it. And they broke the conference meet record. Amber leaned at the line and won the race, but she fell and broke her collarbone.
Wow.
So she had a broken collarbone, and she was steeplechaser. 2 weeks later, the first round of the NCAAs, we didn't know if she could even steeple. We tried one workout. She got through it. So we went to the first round. She won that in Texas. And then 2 weeks later, we went to the NCAA finals. She wins the semifinal. And then she's in the finals, and there were 4 of them left. They're a mile into it. There's 3.5 laps to go. And she clipped a barrier and fell, and is falling and stuck that with the broken collarbone. She stuck her arm out to protect herself and dislocated her elbow. So, and it was on TV. It was on ESPN Live, so we have the video of it, and you can see the elbow flopping.
So now we've got a dislocated elbow and a broken collarbone.
Yes.
Great.
She gets up, wraps the arm in her singlet, takes the next 2 hurdles, the steeplechase barriers. They're not hurdles, and then realizes coming to the water jump, I can't clear that. So she pulls it out and pops it back into socket while she's racing.
Oh.
And ends up finishing and was All-American. And then the next year, she was a junior. The next year, she finished 3rd in the NCAAs, and the 2 ladies that beat her both made the Olympic team that year. So, but that's
incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Is that the most amazing thing you'll take away from the 20 some odd years?
Yes, I tell that story all the time.
I mean, you talk about grit. It's not just running.
Yeah.
It's running is tough enough. I mean, it's self-inflicted pain.
Yeah.
And now you've got to deal with this too.
Well, she's a tough lady. She grew up, her dad's a rancher. She grew up in Mountain View, Wyoming, 7,000 feet. She's tough. So
Yeah. Are the athletes today have as much intestinal fortitude?
some of them do. I think the fact that the NCAA has allowed the unlimited transfers, go on the transfer portal. Some of them, when it gets tough, they're going, no, I'm not going to work through this. I'm just going to go to another program. So that has changed it.
Okay.
But I don't know that there's any that they're any less as,
So you're feeling that too in track and field?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
And we haven't had that. I mean, I have not had an athlete transfer, yet they could. Mm-hmm. And
well, that says a lot about the program. Says a lot about you, I think.
Well, I think so. They know they're going to get better. We have good coaching. They know they're going to develop. They know that we've had Olympians. I've coached Olympian world-class athletes.
Mm-hmm.
I've got 4 girls that have gone and had actually 6 total had professional running careers. So they know they can get to a high level here.
No question about that. Let's talk about you and your running. How many marathons have you run in your life?
I don't know. When I was still racing, I didn't want to know, so I never totaled it up.
You just kept running.
Yeah. I won a couple of majors. Won the United States National Championships twice, won Houston, won Los Angeles, went to the World Championships, made a good living for quite a few years racing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Talk about Los Angeles, because you were the rabbit, and explain to people what that means, being the rabbit in a marathon
in a major
like that.
marathon.
Yeah.
In the large marathons, they want a pace setter because they want a fast race.
Somebody's going to go out fast, going to burn out probably.
Well, if you're running at sub 5-minute pace, you're breaking a 12 to 13 mile an hour headwind. Mm-hmm. So the other athletes will draft off you, just like in biking or NASCAR. So they want to make sure their race is fast. So they'll pay the race itself will pay a rabbit, or as they call it, or a pace setter. So I would pick a couple of races, marathons a year, but then I was very good at locking in and hitting pace. And I could go make $9,000 on a weekend as the rabbit and be recovered in a week. And so I was doing that a lot, and Los Angeles had hired me, and it was to rabbit, and I'd paced for them the year before. And the way it works is they get all the elite athletes together the night before, said, here's the pace Paul's going to run. You can go faster if you want to, but he's going to run this pace. So they know, and they choose the pace, actually. Mm-hmm. So we had the meeting. They said, here's what we want. And I'd ask the lead athlete coordinator, if they don't go with me, do you want me to slow down? And they said, no. I said, we paid a lot of appearance fee. We had the world record holder in there. They paid him a lot of money just to show up.
So we want him to earn it.
Yeah. So he said, we want a fast race. So I said, don't slow down. Well, for whatever reason, they didn't go with me. And
so you took off. I
ran the exact pace I was supposed to. And at half marathon, I had a 1.5-minute lead. And it was also on TV Live, and the broadcast crew was telling me what the gap was back there, and I was feeling so good. And I told the race, we told my agent, and told the race people, if Paul feels good, he's going to run the whole thing because it was the United States National Championship. Well, I had this 1.5-minute lead. I'd have been foolish to stop. So I went on, won the whole thing. I got paid $9,000 for being the rabbit. The total prize package was $108,000. And
Good. So you got the money for winning.
yes, for winning.
Good. You should have.
Well, yeah, I won the race.
You won the race. The rabbit won.
But the surreal thing was after I'm sitting down, starts raining a little bit, and the mayor, on one side is the mayor of Los Angeles, and the other side is Muhammad Ali. And he started the race.
Really?
So I was having trouble getting my sweatpants on, and Muhammad was still sick and shaking. And a little bit, but the mayor came down and helped me pull my sweatpants up, and I went, this is unreal.
Hey, sitting next to Muhammad Ali
Yes.
would be a dream come true.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's an amazing day at the race.
It was, yeah.
Wow. Well, Paul, has been an amazing career. Any plans specifically for what you're going to do now?
I bought new golf clubs.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to buy a new fly fishing rod.
And hopefully you can still ski.
Yes, I can still ski.
Okay.
Yep, and ride my motorcycle a lot. So.
And come back and come to Weber for events, track meets,
absolutely.
basketball, football.
Absolutely.
Don't go away.
No.
Do not go away. Well, congratulations on a great
Thank
career,
you.
my friend.
Thank you.
Well done. Paul Pilkington, track coach for over 2 decades with the Weber State Wildcats. We're on the Weber State Coaches Show here at Young Subaru, Young Automotive, down on Riverdale Road, the brand new facility down here. We hope you come down and check this out. We'll take a break, come back, and we'll wrap things up here on the Weber State Coaches Show.
When I was 14, my dad worked for the Young Automotive Group. And on Saturdays, I started washing cars. And even at a young age, I knew that I had a potential career. I love the environment. I love the people. The relationships, they go beyond just work hours. The people I work with they become family. As my children have started to work for the company, it's fun to watch these relationships that have been forged over years, how it helps catapult them as well.
And we're back to wrap it up here on the Weber State Coaches Show here at Young Automotive, part of the Young Automotive Group. Justin Everinkaya, general manager here at the Young Subaru store down here, the brand new one, which you just opened up. I mean, the day we're taping this, recording this, you just had your grand opening. Congratulations.
Correct. Thank you. Thank you.
What a great place this is.
Thank you. Thanks for the compliments. This place is beautiful.
I love what you've done with the place.
Thank you.
Lots of windows, lots of light. It's kind of like the Starship Enterprise. I walk towards the back, and you've got a cafe there.
Correct.
A cafe?
Yeah, we have daily rides in the house.
What can I order at the cafe?
It's a local coffee shop.
Okay.
I think Weber State might be familiar with them because they have another location.
Okay.
They have one more location in the Ogden area, so a lot of people know daily rides.
It's amazing how the automotive industry has evolved, isn't it?
You're right. Before it used to be just vending machines, and now you have a full bar.
I remember 30, 40 years ago walking onto a lot, and there was kind of like a Quonset hut there. And, there were a couple of Joe and Bobby and Billy were sitting out on the front veranda there in a rocking chair. And, they let me look for about a half hour, and then they got up and came over and saw me. But nothing like this place.
Nothing like this.
That's how far this has come. This is a place that people, I think, would want to come to.
Yeah, that's exactly what we think is super transparent. There's a lot of glass windows. You get to see the whole place. We have a dog park out.
I was going to mention that, yeah.
Yeah, which is awesome. We have a daily rice cafe. We have a lot of plantation, green wall. We have living room style arrangements. We have a beautiful fireplace. We just want you to be comfortable when you come here.
If somebody wants to come in here and service their car, they could actually, however long it's going to take, they could just bring their computer here and get a cup of coffee and just relax, right?
Exactly. It's like going to a coffee shop while you're getting an oil change.
Yeah. No, this is tremendous. And if people remember where the old store was, you're right across the street.
Right next door, yes.
Yes. So you're not hard to find.
Nope, not at all.
Tell me about the new Subarus.
We have brand new Subarus. So we have a brand new Forester just came out. It's a hybrid model.
Oh, really?
And we have a brand new Crosstrek coming out that's a hybrid model.
Sweet.
So if gas mileage is kind of your thing, now you can get almost 600 miles to a full thing with the hybrid.
Wow, that's amazing. And as we're having charging stations being installed throughout the country, we're really kind of going in that way, aren't we?
You're right. We have we also offer EVs. We have level 3 chargers here on the lot. But that's another way to go as well, full EV or maybe hybrid.
Yeah, and even if you want to stay with a car that burns gasoline, these cars are incredible. I mean, the mileage that they can get these days.
They are. You can go with an ICE engine, which is gas, right? You can still get 35 miles to a gallon.
Let's talk about the relationship with Weber State. This is such a strong bond between Young Automotive and Young Subaru and Weber State.
Yes, we love that. We appreciate you guys being here today during our grand opening. We have a great relationship with the Young Automotive Group and Weber State, so thank you to coaches and everyone else, but we love it.
Our coaches love driving these cars around.
Yeah.
They really do.
We saw everybody today, and you guys brought your cars in here with Weber State, stamps on them, and Young Automotive Group. So that looks really good.
Yeah, it's a good relationship and a great relationship actually, and the university I know appreciates it tremendously to be associated with a brand that's this strong. And Subaru obviously a great brand, but Young Automotive a tremendous brand as well. And yeah, I think you can see that by the commitment coming in and building a facility like this.
You're right. It's a big statement.
It does. It is a big statement. It says a lot. And it says a lot about the involvement in the community, I think.
Correct. And, we're involved with the community. We do a lot of events as community-based, so we can help our local companies and people in need as well.
Talk a little bit about what's going on in the world today. I know people are concerned a little bit about, the pricing of everything, but how does a store like yours address that, and the Young Automotive Group as a whole address that?
Yeah, so that's very interesting. We follow that daily. It's all based on where the parts are made. If they're made overseas in different countries, they have different kind of percentage tariffs. Some companies are getting affected, some are not. Some are getting affected really big. But I think as the months go on, we'll find out more about them. But a lot of people come and buy their cars now. Some manufacturers kind of passed on, tariffs already. Some are kind of working on them. It's kind of still unknown. But I would probably say if you're in the market, buy now instead of waiting, because there is a possibility that there could be a price increase. It could be $500. It could be a couple thousand. You just don't know that for sure.
Yeah, we don't know that. And I'm glad you mentioned that because, I think now's the time to come down here and take a look. And the value has always been in a Subaru and always will be in a Subaru.
That's right.
No matter what the cost of it is.
Yes. Subarus keep their values really good, so their resale value is really good.
Absolutely. So come down here, check out the dog park. I can see it outside through the windows. Check out the cafe as well.
Yep.
Great service department and can handle just about anything you can imagine. And then come down and work with Justin and his crew down here. You got some great guys down here, don't you?
We do. Thank
and you got some gals working.
Yes.
Yeah.
Both.
I don't want to forget about the gals.
Yeah, guys and gals.
Guys and gals.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't want to get us in trouble.
Yep.
Justin, congratulations on the opening.
Thank you.
Many, many, many years of success.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
We appreciate it. We appreciate you, and we appreciate Young Subaru and Young Automotive, great sponsors of Weber State Athletics. That's going to do it for the Weber State Coaches Show, but we do invite you to come down here to Young Subaru and check out these beautiful cars, the great deals here on Riverdale Road. Till next time, so long, everybody.